I'm hungry. I don't have cookies. Oh, but I have chocolate pudding. So, it is the end of May. So you know what that means. Welcome to the BookTube Club in the month of May. How you doing? Please have a seat, grab a snack. This month might take a while. I read a crazy amount of 13 books this month. I don't know how I did it because I wasn't on break, and for me, that is a lot. I know some people who've read more, I know some people who've read less. It doesn't really matter because reading is reading and you're supposed to just enjoy what you're reading, but 13 books, holy cow. The first book that I read was To All the Boys That I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and I read this because I needed something kind of light. I was kind of moved for a little bit contemporary. This book follows a girl named Lara Jean, and she used to write love letters to boys that she wanted to stop loving, and once she wrote them, she locked her feelings away. And one day, her letters get sent out, and she has to take care of the mess. I really enjoyed the book. It was exactly what I wanted to read. It was like a quick, fun read, but it wasn't superficial, which I really appreciate about this book because like the characters, they had a lot of depth behind them, and I liked how the story developed, and there's like a little bit of an open ending, and I know that there will be a sequel, so I'm really excited to be picking that up. The next two books that I read were actually recommendations by a viewer who left a comment on my last month's BookTube Club, and they're Written in Red and Murder of Crows by Anne Bishop, and these are adult urban fantasy, and I've never read adult urban fantasy before, and I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to read, so I was just like, let's go check them out. And I started reading the first one, and I was hooked. I was hooked immediately. Like, you can tell that it's adult urban fantasy because there is like a lot more mature content in it. It is gritty, slightly gory at times, but wow, I was super impressed. So this series is about a world, and they're humans, and then they're the Terra Indigenous, who are like the indigenous population, just that they are basically like paranormal creatures. Some of them are shapeshifters, and they rule the world, and they basically allow the humans to live on their world. So one day, our main character Meg is a human, and she just runs through the blizzard, and she gets to a courtyard, and she sees that they're looking for someone, and she's just asking for hire, and Terra Indigenous, they decide to take her in. And Meg isn't just a normal human being, she's a Cassandra Sang, which means whenever she cuts herself and bleeds, she has prophecies. So people who want to make money out of her are looking for her. I think even if you're a YA reader, if you like urban fantasy, if you like paranormal, if you like action-packed stories, this story I highly recommend. I really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was The One by Kiera Cass, and it is the last book in the selection series, and I did a whole entire book review on that one. Personally, I really enjoyed the series. I had a lot of facepalm moments, obviously, like America Singer, most annoying female character out there ever, but then there's something weirdly appealing about this series. I don't know why. If you want deeper insight, please go watch my book review. After The One, I read the whole entire Legend series back to back, and I've had this series on my radar for a really long time. And I don't know if it's because I'm currently in the mood for YA dystopian again, but I loved it. Like, I loved it. I marathoned it. I read Champion. Like, the ending of Champion, it just totally killed me. I love June. I love Day. I love the whole entire world that's happening. Not everything is plausible, but still, it is one of the better YA dystopians, and I really appreciated that. I really liked it. It follows a criminal named Day and a prodigy of the Republic of America named June, and she's trying to catch him. I was really positively surprised by Legend, and I can't wait to read Marie Lu's next series. I read Champion as part of the Bad of Books 10.0 readathon, and during the readathon I also read The Prisoner of Heaven by Ruiz Zafón, and this book is part of the Cemetery of Forgotten Books, which includes The Shadow of the Wind, which a lot of people probably have already heard about, and The Angel's Game. And The Prisoner of Heaven is about the character Fermin, who appears in The Shadow of the Wind, and the character David, who appears in The Angel's Game, and their story together, like their backstory, and it was super interesting. I forgot parts of Shadow of the Wind and Angel's Game, so I had to read something up in the internet, but after I refreshed my memory, I really enjoyed these books, and if you haven't read Shadow of the Wind yet, please go read it. It is an amazing book. Go read it. It's historical fiction set in Barcelona in the 40s, and it's gothic, and it's just hauntingly great. Next up, I read a short story by Patrick Ness, and it was Snowscape. Snowscape takes place after Monsters of Men, the Chaos Walking trilogy, and it is about the people from New World exploring their continent a little bit, and then things happen, and I really enjoyed it. The ending was wow, and after I finished it, because it's really short, it's like only 40 pages long, I was just like, please, I want more. Please, I want more. Then, biggest mistake of the month, I read The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, which is like the compilation of 5 short stories regarding Selena Sardothien before she gets captured and sent to Endover, so before everything that happens in Throne of Glass. And I thought it was like short stories, and usually short stories aren't really that good, but it is like an episodic novel. Like the short stories, they connect chronologically, and the characters, what they do, it connects chronologically, and oh my god, I want Air of Fire so badly. I see all these people reading arcs of Landline and Air of Fire, and it's driving me insane because a lot of the giveaways, they're US only, and I don't live in the US, and then I just want to read it. I would just want to read these 2 books so badly. And now if I wouldn't have read that book, I wouldn't have felt this way, because like, who needs Dorian? Who needs Kale when you can have Sam? Then I read Looking for Alaska. Looking for Alaska was a little bit tough to get through because I didn't really get into the story until like halfway through. It follows a boy who goes to like Culver's Creek, like some kind of military school, and he meets these friends. They do crazy things and things happen, and they think about life and existence, and it's really deep and meaningful, way over the head of people their age, even my age, in my opinion. But it was nice. Sometimes his characters are just not really that relatable. I don't know, am I like the only one who thinks that way? I mean, I liked it. I gave it like 4 stars, but I didn't love it. And yeah, I'm still happy that I read it though. After Looking for Alaska, I read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and this is historical fiction, World War II. It follows 2 characters, a little blind French girl and a German boy, and they grow up, and it's about how their lives intertwine, and it is so beautiful. So beautiful. Please guys, all I can say is go read it. I will be putting up a book review on this one. Just please go read it. It is so beautiful. I just can't. I read it with Max, and we just couldn't, like, I was literally just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, after the story ended. I was just like, oh my god, what did I just read? It was just, oh, so good. And the last book that I read is City of Family Fire of the Mortal Instruments. And I also already posted a book review on this one, so you can go watch that one. And I really liked it. Overall, I still think that Four Devices is better than Mortal Instruments, but I really enjoyed it. The last 3 or 4 chapters and that epilogue, they destroyed me. I was just like, oh, the feels. All the feels. I just can't handle it. Oh my god. Guys, look at it. Look at it. These were the books that I read in May. What books have you read? Tell me your opinions. Give me some great recommendations of what I should read next. And thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye. Mwah.